Welcome back. Well, holding steady for the markets at this point in time. Mid-cap index is up around 2%. So let's discuss business outlook with another company. Nikhil Chopra, the CEO and whole-time director of JB Chemicals, joins in now from the sidelines of the Motilal Oswal 18th Annual Global Investor Conference. Nikhil, hi. Good to see you on the show. You know, we were discussing D2C brands. And one of your most popular brands is Rantac, which is basically the antacid drug ranitidine. It just exited the NLEM. It's not a part of the essential list of medicines in India anymore. So that means that the prices will not be capped. It's one of your more successful drugs, 40% market share within that space. Tell us what this means in terms of pricing for you all.
First of all, thank you, Ekta, for having me on the show. I'm here from Motilal Oswal Conference at Grand Hyatt, Mumbai. About Rantac as a brand, we feel proud that Indian consumers' experience of 4 decades has made Rantac as a brand as big as 200 crores in Indian market. And overall, Rantac as a brand is not one SKU, but we have 10 different SKUs in Rantac, which is a combination of traditional Rantac 150 milligram tablet and Rantac injection, which were under price control, but other SKUs like Rantac OD300, which is an incremental innovation, Rantac syrup, where pediatricians are a big fan of the product for their patients who are suffering from GI problems, the pediatric patients. So overall, if you look at from a perspective of WPI, which comes every year, this year WPI was around 10%, so we could take a 10% price hike. It is a 1 rupees 20 paisa tablet of Rantac 150 milligram. And 4 decades of experience from GP to the specialist. So we continue to market this product in the clinic of healthcare professionals, and we feel proud that this is a household name in a country like India.
Okay, Nikhil, welcome to the show. Thanks a lot for joining in. So what kind of growth do you think you can eke out from this product over, say, the next 6 to 12 months? And how would that reflect in your own earnings?
So overall, if you look at, we see Rantac, some parts of SKU may be seasonal dependent. As last year, Rantac was a part of COVID regimen in Q1. So we could scale out good revenues and good growth. But this year it has subsided down. Low double digit would be the growth that I would talk about in the coming time, in next couple of years, which will be a mix of Rantac traditional 150 milligram tablet. But for example, a product like Rantac syrup, which today is a 50 crore brand for us, we see next 2, 3 years, 4 years, this can be 100 crore revenue, where we have good margins. So overall, from a perspective of where we stand as a Rantac, as a product, basically quality medicine at affordable price and access to all Indian population. That is what I can say at this moment of time for Rantac as a brand.
Okay, strong brand, quality medicines at affordable price. Good growth, seeing that's a medley of opportunities. But talking about medley of opportunities, you know, there were reports that you are in the race for medley pharma as well. You haven't shied away from inorganic acquisitions in the past, but is this something that you are eyeing currently?
So right now we are not in the race. That is what I can talk about medley. But as a company, we continue to evaluate assets as and when they come on the table. And happy to share that we are one of the company that could at least close 3 acquisitions, starting with what we acquired, Senzyme, as a company in the world of probiotic, which is a growing market in India, close to 2,000 crore market for pediatric and adult probiotic. Equally, what we acquired from Novartis as a brand in the field of heart failure, Azmara, sacubitril valsartan, which according to me, heart failure is going to be a disease of next decade. And we acquired 4 pediatric products from Dr. Reddy, where we see huge opportunity. So we have invested close to 1,100 crores, and we continue to evaluate assets which are synergistic to the play that we want to work on and win. And equally, if we think that we can turn around the asset which we acquire, that is what we keep in mind. But also, of course, what we keep in mind is that we don't want to chase any mad valuation, and we don't want to put any stress on our balance sheet. That is where we stand from an inorganic opportunity.
Okay, so
but also, what I would like to share at this moment of,
Go ahead, Nikhil.
Yes. So, as you look us as a company perspective, what I wanted to also talk about, and happy to report that if you look at MAT August IMS reporting, we are the fastest growing company with a MAT growth of 20% as compared to market growth of 8%, and equally for the month, the market grew at 10% and we grew at a pace of 20%. So we will continue to outpace market with a combination of organic growth with all our 4 or 5 big brands, equally the inorganic assets that we have acquired, and also for the first time last year we could launch around 15 new products in the field of respiratory, cardiology, nephrology,
Sure.
pediatrics
Nikhil, that point is
in our
taken that
country,
you're very
which showed us a
successful
good
in the
growth.
Indian market. You have very successful brands besides Rantac,
Yeah.
such as Metrogel,
Yeah.
which is another household brand.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to understand, Nikhil, before we run short of time, your exposure to Russia, and what is happening in Europe. Can you give us a
Yes.
sense in terms of what the export business is doing? What are the kind of headwinds you're facing for Russia? Because despite all of the trepidation, you are still looking to launch, I think, products with Reckitt. I think it's Strepsils you might be looking to expand in the Russian market.
Yeah. So Russia for us is a $20 million prescription business and around $10 million consumer business. And we continue to do that business, and receivables are on time. Russia is a small part of our international business, but Ekta, just to share with you, we had one of the best quarter one for our international business, and major part of that success was a part of business that we do in the world of CDMO, where you just shared Reckitt as a partner that we work with, but our number one partner is Procter & Gamble, Innova, Adcock in South Africa, and now Reckitt in some parts of Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and we are extending our partnership in Russia also, and that business is scaling up in terms of giving us revenues. So we showed an exponential growth of 30% growth in our international business, and the order book also is robust for the coming 2 quarters.
Okay.
So overall, just to share with you, all guns are firing at the right time for us,
Sure.
and we continue to at least do the right things for all our business units across the globe.
Okay, when you said Rantac is like a household name, right? I mean, that's great for your business, not so much for people living in those households. I mean, the amount of acidity patients have definitely gone up multifold over the last many years. But I mean, great for you guys. I wanted to ask you a little bit more about the India business. Can you give us some numbers? I think in the quarter gone by, you touched that 400 crore figure on the India business.
Yeah.
On a quarterly
Yes.
run rate basis,
Yeah.
can you do better than that? What would the average be?
So obviously, the way we look at Indian market, combination of organic growth for our brands, the acquisitions that we have done, all the 3 I shared in detail, and equally the new introduction, we see overall the trajectory going up northwards, and if the market is growing at around 10 to 12%, we should show a healthy growth around 18 to 20%, and we will continue to up the trajectory on the benchmark that we have achieved, new highs that we have achieved of 400 crores. We should be looking at in terms of quarter to quarter, how do we touch new peaks, because overall the entire infrastructure which is working on the ground for us, which are now 2100 medical reps, and we are covering close to 400,000 doctors, and now we have widened our portfolio more in the space of chronic, and new introductions in the space of respiratory and pediatrics is only helping us to derive new prescriptions. And just to share with you, Ekta, now conceptually we may be a 22nd, 23rd ranked company in terms of value, but in terms of prescriptions, we are 15th ranked company in India with brands like Rantac, which I shared, Metrogel, and equally Sporolac in the world of probiotic.
Take
So
that
this
point.
all is putting us in a spotlight of around 1.5 crore prescriptions every month. That is what we are touching.
All right.
So we're going to wrap it up on that note. Pleasure speaking with you. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking with us. So that's JB Chemicals on the